2 weeks after Donald Trump had to suspend his campaign because he tested negative for the coronavirus, the Biden/Harris campaign is suspending travel for Senator Kamala Harris, DCA, Joe Biden's running mate. This news comes after a staffer and another person associated with the campaign tested positive for COVID-19. The Biden campaign said on Thursday that the former vice president did not have any exposure, despite him spending several hours campaigning with Harris on October 8 in Arizona. They have both tested negative for the virus multiple times since they last campaigned together. This is the first time the virus has crept into Biden's campaign, showing the success of following suggested guidelines for the coronavirus. Trump has openly mocked Biden following guidelines, such as wearing a mask, but Trump's camp has had much further spread of the disease throughout his campaign, his administration, Republicans, and his family. The suspension of Harris's travel does interrupt the big push the campaign is making through battleground states. This includes Harris's next 2 scheduled stops, North Carolina and Ohio, which she will now have to miss. The first black woman on a major party presidential ticket is seen as a critical part of the Biden campaign's outreach in North Carolina. To move the state to blue, they need to increase the black turnout. Harris had been scheduled to travel there on Thursday to encourage early voting. On Friday she was scheduled to hit Cleveland, Ohio. It would have been her first stop in the state as the Democratic vice presidential nominee. She would have visited the metropolitan area where black votes are seen as the most dense. The Biden campaign announced that Liz Allen, Harris's communications director, tested positive after a recent trip to campaign in the Southwest. A flight crew member tested positive as well. Jen O'Malley Dillon, the Biden/Harris campaign manager, said both Allen and the flight crew member tested negative before and after Harris had completed her travel. Subsequent tests were positive for both of them. Neither of these individuals had any contact with Vice President Biden, with Senator Harris, or any other staff members since testing positive or in the 48-hour period prior to their positive test results, said O'Malley Dillon. She added that the exposure and contact tracing of Biden and Harris meet the CDC guidelines for quarantining. Harris is suspending her travel until Monday out of an abundance of caution. The 2 candidates spent several hours together that day on multiple campaign stops, with private meetings and a joint appearance at an airport in front of reporters. They remained masked at all times they were in public, and aides have said they continued to wear their masks in private as well, including on all flights. The upcoming travel for Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, has been cancelled by the campaign as well. Following this news being released on Thursday morning, Harris issued a statement that said, "Both the crew member and the staff member were wearing N95 masks at all points they were near me, and our doctors believe that we were not exposed under CDC guidelines." Additionally, the senator vowed to be transparent with you about any test results that I do receive. In the meantime, remember, wear a mask, practice social distancing, and wash your hands regularly. It is possible to stop the spread. Harris has had 2 tests since October 8, with her most recent one being on Wednesday, said O'Malley Dillon. Biden's last known negative test was on Tuesday. All of the Democratic candidates' campaign events are socially distanced and require masks to be worn. Staff sets chairs inside plastic circles as a reminder to socially distance. At a recent Harris speech in North Carolina, reporters were provided KN95 masks and were asked to wear them. When speaking indoors, Biden and Harris often keep their masks on. Both travel on planes with just a small number of staff and Secret Service. A second plane carries the rest of Harris's staff, and a second plane with Biden's travel plans carries the press corps.